G'day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you. I hope you're having a bloody brilliant day. I am back in a spot that I have come to multiple times now, but alright, again, the conditions aren't looking extremely promising, but there's definitely a hint of potential. I've got at least half an hour before the sun actually sets. I'll give you a bit of a depiction, a bit of a hint of where I am. So there is a little bit of cloud around. There's a little bit of fixing up that mustache. Still looks like shit. So yeah, there's a little bit of middle cloud, a little bit of high cloud, tons of high cloud right out to the distance toward the south. And oh man, I must admit, it's gonna be beautiful down south. Like, it really will. Unfortunately, as you can see, I'm not down south. So I'm up in Boat Harbour, right on the Port Stephens kind of coastline, and must admit, it's one of my favorite spaces to actually shoot. Like, it is absolutely gorgeous. And honestly, just coming down here, being able to appreciate and admire what is actually on offer, like exploring and adoring this environment, it is insane. It really is. Like, there's nothing that matches it. The geology is just so unique and it's so intricate. You never know what you're really gonna get. So, ooh, I've already seen a whale. So we're looking good. It's, yeah, magnificent, it really is. Personally, I've said it before, I'll say it again, you know, I really resonate with this spot. It reminds me so much of Kiama, the rugged coastline down there, and I think that this is very much based from volcanic activity hundreds of thousands of years ago. So there's a lot of historic relevance within this area. It's extremely calm in comparison to last time I was here. Like, this whole rock shelf that's just below me, it was completely covered. So don't tell me I've actually kept myself zoomed. One sec. Down there. So that was entirely flooded by the swell last time I was here. It was a very, very big swell. It was a huge tide. It was probably 3 days ago. It wasn't actually long ago at all. I've come here like twice a week for the past 4 weeks probably. Just hoping that it will evolve and eventuate, but you know, I've got a couple of images that I am proud of, but I don't think it really represents this coastline as well as it possibly could. And just the rugged aspects of this environment, I really do want to idolize on it and be able to create something that's truly going to be complementary of it. So, you know, I really want to bring a little bit of attention to it because it's just something else, and I feel like it's very underutilized. Like, I've told a couple of people that I've been going here and they're like, where's that? And I'm like, bro, like, this is a photographer's paradise, honestly. And the best part is you get to really incorporate your own creative style into the way that you capture it. And I think that it's just so awesome to be able to do that and express how you connect with the landscape, because it's really underutilized and it's not often shot. There's just so many opportunities which can be overwhelming, and that's why I'm so glad that I actually have come out here so many times, because it gives you a chance each time to really understand a little bit more. And I just love it. Like, get a load of this. It is ridiculously fast, and you just never know what you're gonna get around the next bend. Apparently we've got a nice old wedding shoot behind us. It might actually be a maternity shoot. It's definitely one of the above, and they have picked a bloody brilliant day for it, I must admit. Because it is a perler. Hopefully I haven't ruined any of their shots. Definitely a maternity shoot. Cute. Very cute. Man. So there's another headland actually just further to the north, and I've gone around and explored that once before, but it is just mental. I don't think anyone goes along there, and there's good reason as well. It is so ridiculously rugged. The terrain is, yeah, it's not people friendly. It's crazy, like it's just aggressive. Honestly, if I had to really describe it in any way, the way that I've really, I guess, perceived it when I've been out there, because it has been such intense swell, or I guess it has been an intense swell while I've been out there, it really has been extremely aggressive. And because there's so many jagged edges, it's very difficult to account for it and what's actually going to evolve. So yeah, it's somewhere that you always do need to be on your toes for. You always need to be prepared. You never know what's going to evolve and eventuate from it. But I think the unpredictability of it is one of the greatest parts. I think that it's such an awesome element that, I don't know, some places just don't really have. But when you find somewhere that does, man, it's crazy. Best part is it just keeps going. Like, you can literally follow this coastline. Like I said, it goes around for about 4 or 5 kilometers towards the north, and like I got to some strange isolated beach. I don't know what was going on out there, but like it was very different. Just, yeah, incredible stuff. See what evolves. Really keen to see. Really keen. Don't think that high cloud's going to come through quick enough, but hopefully I will be able to utilize it as the sun drops a little bit further on the horizon. Really going to allow for that golden glow to just hit these clouds, hit the clouds that are higher above in the atmosphere. We've got some stratus that are kind of coming a little bit further towards me now, so they may expand and then, yeah, disappear, but hopefully it'll still be here when I'm able to get the shot. We'll see. Alright, so we have gone from having no high cloud to the cloud, why do I keep saying that? The cloud has now come over too quickly and it is right above me. So I'm not entirely certain of what I'm going to do. I am going to another spot that hopefully may allow me to really utilize these conditions. I'm probably going to have to shoot portrait and vertical. So yeah, I'm going to have to shoot vertical, which is something that I don't do too much of unless I'm shooting a panorama. Often I will shoot landscape orientation, but it's something where, you know, you've got to be versatile, you've got to be able to be flexible when situations like this do arise. And hopefully there is a big bank of low cloud on the horizon, but hopefully these high clouds continue to burn. Goes throughout the color spectrum, and who knows, I might get a bloody beautiful shot at the end of it. But this is an insane environment. I haven't actually been to this side of it because I've been so caught on one specific shot and one part of it. So yeah, interesting to see what I can actually do here. I do feel like there's going to be quite a lot of scary wildlife. But yeah, it's beautiful, it really is. See what I can do. Alright, that really didn't pan out the way I would have ideally liked it to. But it was quite beautiful, so I've taken my mic off because it was just going mental on the camera. There was so much wind around the other side. I saved you having to deal with the sound of that wind because it was so ridiculously aggressive. I didn't want to have to put you through that. So on the other side there was no barrier, there was just probably, I'd say it was like 70-kilometer winds coming straight through, and yeah, it was very challenging. I didn't really get any shots that I was happy with in the end, so I'm gonna have to come back once again. But honestly, like I said, you know, it's always enjoyable coming out here and being able to go around to that other side that I hadn't actually been to before. I didn't realize it was inaccessible except for the way that I went to it. So it's really different. You get an entirely different perspective looking out north, looking out west. Very different. So if you do want to find it, you're gonna have to come here yourself. Or I guess in the future I'll probably end up videoing it too when there's not so much wind. But we'll see. It's still worthwhile. Always worthwhile. I think I might have gotten at least one shot from before it kind of really started to look like it was going to blossom, you could say. There was a huge bank, as I said, of low cloud on the horizon, which really obstructed any potential colour coming through onto the high clouds out to the east. There was a tiny bit that went out to the west, but yeah, it wasn't really working out, and I didn't really get the shots that I was after. It was very challenging, very difficult, and I don't really think I would have been able to get anything that would have been complimentary of it. You know, it was just this big band that kind of went straight up vertical, and I was shooting a couple of portrait-oriented images, but I wasn't really happy with them. So yeah, next time, hopefully, I'll get the shots I'm after. But if not, you just got to enjoy the experience. Make the most of it. I appreciate your time, and I'll most definitely catch you on the flip side.